Hi guys, today I'm reviewing the KitchenAid 5-speed diamond blender. It comes in this red and more colors to match other KitchenAid appliances. The blender comes with the die-cast metal base, 60-ounce BPA-free plastic pitcher. It's got a nice handle. It has ounces and cup measurements and milliliters on the other side. The blender is very tall and it's not going to fit under most cabinets. The lid has an ingredient cup with markings. It's 1 ounce, 2 ounce, and milliliters. The blade is stainless steel. The touchpad is neatly laid out. This is the power button, which you will press first. The light will flash. Then you can choose one of the 5 speeds: stir, chop, mix, puree, or liquefy. There's also a crush, ice, and pulse mode. When you're using stir, chop, or mix speeds, you can remove the ingredient cup and add other ingredients. The blender comes with an instruction manual with some tips and a speed control guide for different foods. Let's test out the blender. Put the pitcher on the base and turn clockwise until you hear it lock. Let's test the crush ice mode. The maximum amount of ice you can put in here is 6 ice cubes from a standard ice cube tray. My freezer makes this crescent-shaped ice. This fills to about 1.5 cups. Turn the blender on and choose crush ice, and it will run automatically for 30 seconds. Turn the unit off and unplug. Looks like snow. The ice is processed really nicely. There are no chunks. I'll make a peach smoothie. Pour in some milk and some frozen peaches. Turn the power button on. When making smoothies and with frozen fruit, use the crush ice button for about 15 seconds and then use the liquefy or 5-speed for about another 15 seconds. The crush ice button runs automatically. I'll turn it off and switch to liquefy for 15 seconds. Okay, I think it got stuck. Let's see. And there's also a plasticky smell coming from the blender. Let me see what happened. It's very thick. It probably just needs more liquid. I'm gonna add a little water. The strong plasticky smell came about because the machine overheated, transferred the heat to all the parts, and it smelled. It was overloaded. This KitchenAid can't handle super thick blends. The manual does say that the blender will automatically shut off to avoid damage to the motor if it becomes overloaded or jammed, but the KitchenAid did not automatically shut off. I just shut it off manually. If the blender overheats, as with any other machine, just wait for about an hour and then you can go back to using it. You just want to give the machine a chance to cool down. Let's pour this out. I'll taste it. It's smooth and there are no chunks. I'm going to make a smoothie with some carrots and spinach because I just want to see how the blender handles hard vegetables like carrots. And I have cut them up very small. This is less than ½ inch. About 2 medium carrots and a big handful of baby spinach leaves. Pour some water in. When you press the pulse button, all the 5 speeds will light up, and then you can choose which speed you want to use. I'll use the chop function. And then puree. Remember to just scrape down the sides, and I'm going to process this again because I don't think it's completely smooth. I'm going to use the liquefy setting. Taste this. It's pureed, but it's gritty. It's not perfectly smooth. To clean, wash the parts in warm soapy water. You can wipe down the base with a damp cloth and dry. I know people will ask if the KitchenAid is a replacement for a Vitamix, and it's definitely not. You really can't compare the two. The Vitamix is more than 3 times the cost of the KitchenAid. It's more industrial. It can handle pretty much anything. It would not have stopped and started smelling with that same peach smoothie. Back to just the KitchenAid. Like all KitchenAid products, the blender looks good. It's a nice design. It's easy to use. I love the color. Picture's designed nicely. There's no spilling when you pour. It did turn into snow and there were no chunks at all, so it performed really well with the ice. The peach smoothie was blended nicely when I added enough water. It was smooth. There were no chunks of peaches. As with any other standard blender, adding more liquid makes it easier for the blender to process. Just don't expect it to perform like an extremely high-end blender because that's not what it is. It's a good standard blender. If you want to give this KitchenAid blender a try, I've put the link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe for more reviews, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.